In our last episode, we examined the pivotal infantry weapons that defined World War II, from the American M1 Garand to the revolutionary German STG-44, the first true assault rifle. As the ashes of that global conflict settled, a new era of warfare dawned, demanding firearms that were not only effective but also incredibly resilient and simple to operate for mass conscript armies. Out of this necessity, a weapon emerged from the Soviet Union that would forever change the face of armed conflict, the automatic Kalashnikov of 1947, better known as the AK-47. The devastation of World War II left the Soviet Union with a stark realization: its infantry needed a new standard firearm. While the Red Army had relied on submachine guns like the PPSH-41 and bolt-action Mosin-Nagant rifles, the efficacy of the German STG-44 demonstrated the power of an intermediate cartridge rifle. This new weapon needed to combine the sustained fire of a submachine gun with the range and power of a rifle, all within a robust, user-friendly package suitable for widespread deployment across vast and often harsh terrains. Amidst this post-war drive for innovation stood Mikhail Timofeyevich Kalashnikov, a self-taught weapons designer with a remarkable journey. Born in 1919 in Korea, Altai Krai, Kalashnikov's early career was in the Soviet Army as a tank commander. His path changed dramatically in 1941 when he was wounded during the Battle of Bryansk against advancing German forces, leading to a long hospital recovery. It was during his convalescence that Kalashnikov began to conceptualize new weapon designs, driven by his direct experience with the shortcomings of existing Soviet firearms on the front lines. He observed the need for a weapon that was reliable, simple to maintain, and effective in the brutal conditions of combat. This personal insight, forged in the crucible of war, would become the bedrock of his future designs, setting him apart from more formally trained engineers. The Soviet Union's military doctrine emphasized overwhelming force and logistical simplicity, requiring weapons that could be mass-produced quickly and operated by conscripts with minimal training. The new rifle had to be exceptionally durable, capable of functioning reliably in mud, sand, snow, and extreme temperatures, conditions prevalent across the Soviet Union and its potential battlefields. This rugged simplicity was not just a feature but a fundamental requirement. Kalashnikov's first significant design, a submachine gun, appeared in 1942, but it was not adopted. Undeterred, he continued his work at the Central Scientific Research Proving Ground for Small Arms in Kovrov, focusing on a new semi-automatic carbine. This early work, though not leading directly to the AK-47, honed his understanding of firearm mechanics and gas-operated systems, which would prove crucial for his later successes. A critical development preceding the AK-47 was the introduction of the 7.62 by 39 mm M43 intermediate cartridge in 1943. This cartridge bridged the gap between pistol ammunition and full-power rifle cartridges, offering a balance of manageable recoil, effective range, and terminal ballistics suitable for a new class of automatic weapons. Its adoption signaled a shift in Soviet small arms philosophy, paving the way for the assault rifle concept. In 1946, the Soviet military initiated a competitive trial for a new assault rifle chambered in the 7.62 by 39 mm cartridge. Kalashnikov submitted his design, initially designated the AK-46. This prototype incorporated many features that would become hallmarks of the final AK-47, including its gas-operated mechanism and rotating bolt, albeit with some differences in construction and ergonomics from its famous successor. Following further refinements and rigorous testing, Kalashnikov's improved design emerged victorious in 1947, officially designated the Automat Kalashnikova, or AK-47. This version incorporated lessons learned from the trials, including a more robust gas system and a simplified receiver. Its adoption marked a pivotal moment in Soviet small arms development and global military history. The AK-47's design principles prioritized extreme reliability over pinpoint accuracy at long ranges. Its generous clearances between moving parts, coupled with a long-stroke gas piston system, ensured it could cycle reliably even when fouled with dirt, mud, or carbon. This engineering philosophy was a direct response to the harsh combat environments experienced by Soviet soldiers during World War II. Early production models of the AK-47, particularly those from 1947 to 1951, featured a milled receiver, machined from a solid block of steel. While incredibly strong and durable, this manufacturing process was time-consuming and expensive. These early rifles are now highly sought after by collectors for their unique historical significance and robust construction. However, the milled receiver proved too costly and slow for the desired scale of mass production. By 1959, the Soviet Union introduced the AK-47 Automat Kalashnikova Modernizirovanny, which featured a stamped sheet metal receiver. This innovation significantly reduced manufacturing costs, weight, and production time, making the AK-47 even more accessible and facilitating its global proliferation. The AK-47's ease of field stripping and maintenance was another critical design advantage. Its components could be disassembled with minimal tools, often just a cartridge, allowing soldiers to quickly clean and service their weapons even in austere field conditions. This simplicity drastically reduced training burdens and increased the weapon's operational readiness. Within years of its adoption, the AK-47 became the standard issue rifle for the Soviet Army and rapidly spread throughout the Warsaw Pact nations. Countries like East Germany, Poland, Hungary, and Romania began producing their own licensed variants, ensuring a consistent and reliable supply of this formidable weapon across the Eastern Bloc. This standardization solidified its presence in Cold War arsenals. The AK-47's true global impact, however, began with its extensive use in proxy conflicts during the Cold War. From the jungles of Vietnam to the deserts of the Middle East and the savannas of Africa, the rifle armed communist forces, national liberation movements, and insurgent groups. Its robust nature made it ideal for irregular warfare, where logistics were often minimal and conditions brutal. During the Vietnam War, the AK-47, often wielded by the Viet Cong in North Vietnamese Army, proved to be a formidable adversary to American and South Vietnamese forces. Its ability to function flawlessly in the humid, muddy environment, coupled with its relatively simple training requirements, gave it a significant advantage over more complex Western firearms in close-quarters jungle combat. Beyond Vietnam, the AK-47 became a symbol of resistance and revolution across the globe. It was prominently featured in conflicts such as the Angolan Civil War, where Cuban-backed forces in various factions used it extensively. Its ruggedness allowed it to perform admirably in the harsh African climate, further cementing its reputation for reliability. The Soviet-Afghan War, beginning in 1979, also saw the AK-47 in widespread use, not only by the Soviet Army but also by the Mujahideen fighters. Despite the Soviet Union's introduction of the newer 5.45 by 39mm AK-74, older AK-47 and AK-M variants remained prevalent, often captured or supplied through foreign aid, testifying to their enduring utility in asymmetric warfare. The rifle's low production cost and the Soviet Union's policy of supplying weapons to Allied states and revolutionary movements ensured its wide distribution. By the late 20th century, the AK-47 and its numerous variants were being produced in over 30 countries, often without formal licenses, leading to an unprecedented global proliferation. Kalashnikov's design was not without its evolution. In the mid-1970s, the Soviet military adopted the AK-74, chambered for the smaller, higher-velocity 5.45 by 39mm cartridge. This move was influenced by Western developments, particularly the US M16's 5.56mm round, demonstrating a continuous arms race even within the Kalashnikov family. The simplicity of the AK-47's design also made it remarkably easy to reverse engineer and manufacture, even with basic industrial capabilities. This ease of production contributed to its widespread illegal proliferation, making it a common weapon in conflict zones and among criminal organizations long after the official Cold War ended. Despite its association with conflict, the AK-47 has also attained an almost mythological status. It is the only firearm to be featured on a national flag, that of Mozambique, as a powerful symbol of the nation's struggle for independence. This unique cultural integration underscores its profound impact beyond the battlefield. Estimates suggest that over 100 million AK-47s and its variants have been produced worldwide since 1947, making it by far the most ubiquitous firearm in history. Its sheer numbers mean that it is present in virtually every conflict zone, often influencing the course of battles and the dynamics of power. The AK-47's enduring legacy is rooted in its rugged simplicity, making it accessible to soldiers and civilians alike. Its minimal recoil, easy operation, and resistance to environmental extremes ensured its adoption by armies and irregular forces who needed a reliable weapon that simply worked, every time. In his later years, Mikhail Kalashnikov expressed mixed feelings about the global impact of his invention. While proud of his creation as a tool for national defense, he was also saddened by its widespread use in conflicts beyond military defense, particularly by terrorists and criminals. He maintained that his intention was always to create a weapon for the protection of his homeland. The AK-47 fundamentally altered infantry tactics, especially for non-state actors. Its simplicity meant less time spent on complex training, allowing guerrilla fighters to be quickly armed and deployed. This democratized firepower to an unprecedented degree, empowering small, lightly equipped groups to challenge larger, more technologically advanced militaries. Its iconic silhouette is instantly recognizable, transcending its role as a mere weapon to become a global symbol. Whether representing revolution, resistance, or aggression, the AK-47's image is deeply embedded in modern consciousness, a testament to its pervasive influence on geopolitics and popular culture alike. From the Soviet battlefields to the remotest corners of the world, Mikhail Kalashnikov's 1947 design proved to be a triumph of pragmatic engineering. Its unmatched reliability and simplicity ensured its spread and enduring relevance, shaping conflicts for over 7 decades and becoming an undeniable force in military history. The AK-47 stands as a testament to the power of functional design, a weapon born of necessity that became a global phenomenon. Its story is one of innovation, adaptation, and an enduring legacy that continues to resonate today. But as the world moved on from the Cold War, a new rifle emerged from the West, sparking a different kind of revolution in military doctrine and design. Next, we will shift our focus across the Iron Curtain to explore the story of the Black Rifle, the American AR-15 and its military variant, the M16, a weapon that epitomized a completely different philosophy of firearm design and ignited its own controversy and evolution.